Thank you very much. We have a slight deviation in the program right now, but I want to tell you a little bit about this last piece. Song of Hope by Peter Meechan, a Canadian composer who I'm happy to say is here with us tonight. You're out there somewhere, Pete. There he is, right down here. It's great to have him with us. But some of you may know the story of Ryan Anthony, the miraculous principal trumpet of the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, for years, legendary member of the Canadian Brass, who is one of our great heroes and great friends of the Dallas Winds, but who unfortunately a number of years ago was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a cancer for which, as you realize, there is no cure. And Ryan and his wife, Nikki, though certainly devastated, set out to see if they could make this somehow a positive thing, and founded the Ryan Anthony Foundation, and have proceeded to create several, two in Dallas, but now they've gone all over the place. There was one here in San Antonio, and they're just all over the place, these Cancer Blows concerts, to raise money for cancer research. And they have raised well over $2 million since the founding of that foundation. Well, not to go on too much about this, because you would think that I'm being morbid, but at the time of his original diagnosis, Ryan was, I think, given 12 months life expectancy. Well, 6 years later, I'm happy to introduce to you our trio of soloists, our co-principal trumpet, Tim Andersen, Jens Lindemann, and the one and only Ryan Anthony. Would you please welcome them?
Thank you. It's touching. Well, I guess you start with a standing ovation. We don't need to play. So thank you very much. This piece, Song of Hope, I first heard it, Pete Meechan sent it to me about 6 years ago. And it was one of those pieces of music that you hear, and I hope all of you have experienced this at least once in your life, where it just stops you in your tracks. And I listened to this, and I just listened to it over and over, and I called them, and I said, you've got to arrange this in a way to be a tune by itself. Originally, it was a middle movement of a larger piece of work. And I said, I'd love to do it at our first Cancer Blows concert, a big concert in Dallas in 2015. Can you make it for a trio? And he did, and I think I'm probably not overstating that. I think this is performed almost every week somewhere now in the world in some fashion, as a solo, duet, trio, band, orchestra, brass ensemble, piano, you name it. It's available for anybody to be able to play. And I've always enjoyed and loved playing with it, with this piece, and seeing how it reacts with the audience. But it was about 2 months ago, as I came out of I was in ICU and was on life support for a few days. And when I came out of that, for the first time, I got to hear this piece again for the first time. And I can't tell you what it did and reminded me of the power of music. It's the best vehicle we have to be able to give hope and strength. So you don't have to have cancer to be able to enjoy this beautiful piece of music. If anybody here's had any obstacles in life that you need to go through, if you haven't, congratulations, you will. You must be a student. You haven't gotten there yet. But for those of us who have reached those obstacles in life, sometimes you just need that extra little push. And for me, it's been this piece of music. And it's always an honor to play with this incredible band, the Dallas Winds, to join my friend here, Jerry Junkin, and of course, my brother in arms, Jens Lindemann, and Tim Andersen. So I hope that this piece touches you the same way that it has touched my life many, many times over the last few years. And really, that's all I have to say. We'll let the music say the rest. So thank you so much for coming this evening, supporting the music here in Texas. I'm so glad to say that I'm a Texan now, and have been now for over 10 years, longer than any other place. So it's nice to be home and to play this music. Thank you.